Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 22. The governments of Jamaica and the Republic of Italy have signed a double taxation agreement. Last Friday's signing addresses taxes on income and the prevention of tax evasion and avoidance. It also seeks to advance trade and investment relations between Jamaica and Italy.
On behalf of the government of Jamaica, I confirm our commitment to meeting international standards for transparency in tax matters. In light of the vast opportunities for investment and trade which may be realized within a proper, transparent, and legal framework.
Double taxation is the levying of tax by two or more jurisdictions on the same declared income, asset, or financial transaction. Minister Shaw says that under the agreement, the Italian government must acknowledge the payment of taxes in Jamaica and determine what Italian companies operating locally are required to pay to their home country.
This is all about transparency. This is all about having everything above board, and so there is no misunderstanding.
Italy's ambassador to Jamaica, Armando Varaccio, says the agreement will improve the business environment and provide a key asset for companies that want to expand operations in both countries.
This agreement will certainly provide the fiscal conditions for sound investment and trade, and those help us promote capital inflow and expand foreign trade in our respective countries.
The finance minister is lauding the Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE, which he says performed strongly to rank among the top 10 capital market indices globally. This ranking came at the end of 2017.
For the period April to December of last year, the main index advanced by 28.84%. In the junior market index, during that same period, the number of transactions increased by 58.6%. The volume traded increased by 139.7%. And the value traded increased by 76.3% when compared with the same period in 2016.
Minister Shaw says it's also noteworthy that the junior market is projected to generate approximately $17.9 billion in equity in 2018 from the listing of over 20 additional companies.
This is a clear indication that more investors are utilizing the market in the pursuit of capital for business expansion.
The finance minister was speaking at Mayberry Investments Limited's monthly investors forum recently. Government is putting greater focus on training persons for higher-end activities and high-value positions in the business process outsourcing BPO sector. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Daryl Vaz, says the work has begun to diversify the types of jobs performed in Jamaica to create more opportunities for tertiary graduates.
In this regard, the Port Authority of Jamaica, through its free zones, will be working closely with the Hard Trust and the Business Processing Industry Association of Jamaica to develop a second phase incubator geared towards knowledge service and technology type work.
Minister Vaz was speaking at the opening of the IBEX headquarters for the Caribbean and Central America, located in the Digicel building in downtown Kingston. He says the IDB will fund the Port Authority's activities to create a skills development program to include the implementation of a finishing school.
We are putting our plans in place to move up the value chain. Our next step includes going more in depth in such areas as shared services, legal process outsourcing, and medical process outsourcing.
The Joint Security Forces are reporting encouraging results so far from the public state of emergency that's now in effect for St. James. Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the state of emergency on January 18. Since then, Colonel Daniel Price of the Jamaica Defense Force says that within the first 24 hours of operations, 1 Kalashnikov rifle and 6 live rounds were seized in Flanker. He was addressing a media briefing Saturday morning at Burke Barracks in Montego Bay. Colonel Price says the high-powered weapon is suspected to have been used in a recent killing in the parish and will undergo ballistic and forensic testing to determine its history. He also disclosed that 8 members of the Sparta gang who were wanted for murder and other gun-related crimes were arrested in Flanker. On Friday, another 15 persons were arrested in connection with the illegal purchase and sale of petrol in Freeport. Colonel Price says the JDF will continue with targeted operations, vehicle checks, cordon and searches, patrols and snap raids to put pressure on the gangs and restore peace to St. James. He called for community support in providing intelligence.
Our operations are only as good as the intelligence that drives them, and that good intelligence is already out there in the community. We urge persons to use the JDF tip hotline 837-8888. I say again, 837-8888. To call and tell us what you know about criminal activities in your community.
Meanwhile, St. James residents have been embracing the state of public emergency for their parish. Several spoke to JIS News and said the measure was long overdue.
I think it's a really good thing. It's long overdue, actually.
It allows me to be more safer, feel more comfortable, but what I think they need to do is to, especially in the public area, like for instance the bus park, I need to see more presence of the police there.
I think it's a good move by the Prime Minister because the crime and violence has escalated a lot, and I think doing this, it will decrease the amount of violence that is going on, and then people feel safer, whether it be coming in town or going home, and I think it's a good move.
The move has also found support from tourists in Montego Bay, who told our news team that the measure would not deter them from returning to the island for future visits.
It does make you feel a little safer. That things are, how can you put it? They're taking steps to curb what's going on.
Yeah, we feel very safe and no problem. We've been coming to Montego Bay for the last 5 years, and we stay for 6 months a year and never had any problems.
And finally, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has provided relief supplies for the children formerly housed at the Walker's Place of Safety, which was destroyed by fire last week. Portfolio Minister Shahini Robinson presented food supplies, sheeting, beds, school bags, toiletries and other items.
At the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we have the responsibility for taking care of the most vulnerable in the society. And when something like this happens, we must respond.
Minister Robinson thanked the Maxfield Park Children's Home and the other 2 places of safety that are accommodating the children and staff affected by the fire. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.